Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Welcome to the day before the snow apocalypse. It's Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're in Iowa. It's January. It's going to snow. How much snow will we get on Friday night? Somewhere between 1 to 100 inches of snow. Here's what I know. I checked multiple weather websites yesterday. I've checked 3 this morning. One of them said between 1 and 3 inches of snow. One of them said up to 4 or 5 inches of snow. Keep in mind that last Saturday, or last Friday night into Saturday, Muscatine received 7.8 inches of snow. I'm not good at math, but 7.8 inches of snow is more than 1 to 3 or even 4 to 5. So I don't understand why there is this. People are just wilding out, to quote the great Nick Cannon. This store was so busy yesterday, you would have thought that we would have woke up in Antarctica or something today. Like I was waiting to wake up and there'd be enough snow that I could just slide out of my bedroom window into my Flintstone car. Right. I mean, it's not the case. So I appreciate the fact that we were busy yesterday. Thank you. But wow, everybody that works here this was everybody at 4 o'clock yesterday. I got to get out of here. Where's the 4 o'clock crew? There's like different shifts of people that come in. Phil Schliessman, legendary Hy-Vee customer service award winner, just needed a hug at 4 o'clock yesterday. You could tell he was just worn out because, it was just busy. So thank you, weathermen and weather ladies, for stirring people into a frenzy. It's great for business. But I just don't think we're going to get as much snow. Now, listen, it's going to be cold Saturday. But again, this is Iowa. We're prepared. I have a Carhartt coat that a lot of people make fun of, but it's so warm and practical. It's just a little boxy, but you put that Carhartt on, and it's so warm that I end up sweating when I wear it. It's the best coat ever. So we're built for this. And, yeah. Now, that says some areas could see 1 inch per hour. Nobody has the right answer, right? I was on the National Weather Service's website, down to an amateur site like that, and no offense to Muscatine, Iowa weather, but, who's going to be right? It's not like a contest. It's the winter. It's going to snow, right? Just don't be surprised. You can't be surprised on Saturday if there's like 2 inches of snow, and you're like, now what is that? Is that snow? Get a snow brush. I bought a 50-pound bag of salt yesterday, and I carried it to my car, and I thought, I've lost 2 of these 50-pound bags of salt. And I was just carrying one of them, and I was like, oh, my gosh, this is heavy. So just be prepared for that, all right? Is it going to happen? Possibly. Are we going to get a little bit of snow? Yes. Okay. We'll just blame our chief meteorologist, Beatrice MacDonald, with whatever the forecast brings. Good old Betsy. It's on you, okay? Farmer's Almanac. Look it up. Let us know. I don't know why we're all so concerned, right? What's going to happen is we're all hyped up about this weekend. It's going to be low-key-ish, and then we're going to have like a surprise storm a couple weeks from now where we're really going to get buried. So just pay attention to that. I have lots of things going on. One of those is a great event happening this Saturday, which is the 19th, in the afternoon. 2 hours of fun, bowling for a good cause. Get your rear rolling. It's on the screen. We're going to strike out colon cancer. Holly Thomas-Kaler, Linda Anders, Unity Point Health, back on the show, talking about this. And ladies, we want everybody to dress in their best 80s attire. They've still got time at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, to get a team together and come bowling. Is that a true statement?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Not turning anyone away.
Thank you for being here. High five.
Yeah,
Linda,
high five. Woohoo.
Welcome. We had a little pre-show meeting, so we're all fired up. We're ready to talk to y'all. I'm excited to MC the event. I think that'll be a lot of fun for me to see the various teams that are coming out. Colon cancer, one of those things that affects a lot of people. Just last night on Facebook.
Yes.
Sonia, who is I don't know if you're going to see this, Sonia, but she's
Sonia.
A Facebook friend of mine, Muscatiner, who has survived colon cancer. I kind of forgot that she had colon cancer, and she jumped on the post that I made and wanted to get involved with that. Colon cancer affects a lot of people locally, but it is one of those things that's still not talked about a lot. We've chatted a lot about this doing the event like your rear rolling, that works with the Colon Cancer Coalition, it only makes sense. One of the things I want to start with is getting the team together at this point. Like, people jump on the list, so many people online to get signed up.
We would prefer that.
Gotcha.
Because
Yes.
Because
they get an excellent goodie bag if you're
Ooh.
pre-registered.
yes.
Every person in your team.
Okay.
So that's one excellent perk. And then, of course, we can plan accordingly with logistics and things like that.
Okay, so pre-registration is still open until when? We're
They-
sitting here on
Day of.
Day of.
They
Yeah.
could pre-register an hour ahead of time.
Oh, that's fantastic.
However, if that doesn't happen again, we will take walk-ins. But
Yep.
we really encourage folks to pre-register.
Walk-ins welcome. It's at the Rose Bowl Bowling Alley
Yes.
this Saturday. So if we go back to that website, guys, we'll show everybody. Maybe Ryan will walk through this as if our own Ryan Broderson.
Yeah.
He is at the. You clicked register, right? So you're on the. All right. So you
Yeah.
go to the website, you click register, and then you're going to decide how many tickets you need.
So
right?
it would just be one ticket.
One ticket,
For
Ryan.
one team.
Look
For
at
one
Ryan.
team.
Very generous, Ryan
Oh.
Broderson. Can
Yes.
donate a lot
Yes.
of money.
Yes.
So one team is made up of 6 people.
6 folks, yes.
6 folks. Okay. Do the math. 6 divided by $180 kind of gives you an idea of your per person cost, obviously. And then this is how easy it is. There's like 4 steps, and you're rolling.
Yep.
Colon. What does that
Rolling.
mean? Oh, it was a joke. I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought I missed something. Y'all are fired up this morning. It's a whole other story. So getting involved is easy. I can't get over how much I love the graphics and it just every time I look at the flyer, I feel like I'm hanging out at the Mac.
That's right.
On Saved by the Bell. It's just
That's
such a
right.
fun feel. All right, so it's that easy to get signed up, including walking up and registering day of. Do you know if there's like a team of survivors? You have someone speaking
do.
at the event that is a survivor of colon cancer. Again, people willing to share their story is powerful.
Yes.
And we appreciate that. But do you know, like, you have a certain amount of colon cancer survivors that are going to be at the event on Saturday?
Yes. So when you register, there is an option for you if you are a survivor to click that. And we have individual gifts for the survivors.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then the Colon Cancer Coalition, utilizing them makes sense. I mean, they have everything online to facilitate this. So the funds that are going to be raised, some people are or underinsured, and they worry about maybe the cost associated with getting that colonoscopy, and that's the last thing that we want people to have to worry about, because
Right.
as it says on all of the advertisements for this event, 1 in 23 people will develop colon cancer. That's not 1 in 123, that's 1 in 23.
Right.
And again, that's a staggering amount. So getting that colonoscopy shouldn't be something that people dread from a financial
Right.
side. So for people that are watching this that are maybe needing to get that colonoscopy, not sure if they can afford it, an event like this is going to help with the
Yes.
ability to offset some of those costs,
Yes,
right?
because all funds stay local
Gotcha.
to help
Okay.
with awareness and for patient programs.
Perfect. And getting the colonoscopy, we talked about this the last time, and I was very surprised that the age has moved up,
Yes.
right? So that is
45.
45 years old. And I had a conversation with somebody about this after y'all were on the last time, and I said it's 45, and this person did not believe me. And I was like, I know that I'm not an expert, but I talk to a lot of smarter people than myself all the time, and I sometimes retain useful information, like that it's 45 years old.
Yeah,
That's
and
a big deal.
That's a big change, and
Yeah.
that came about, like we talked about last time, in May of 2018
Right,
from the
relatively
American
recently.
Cancer Society.
Yeah, 45 years old, okay? So keep that in mind if you're watching this and you're 46 and you thought, well, I'm good till I'm 50. No, and for people that have, good insurance or are well insured, colonoscopy is one of those things that's covered if you're.
Correct.
So now with the new standards, if you're 45 and you get this preventative screening, more than likely should be covered,
Right.
So that's one thing to keep in mind, because I also feel like people that have, quote unquote good insurance sometimes worry like, well, is it going to be something that goes towards that deductible? Am I going to have some costs associated with it? But a lot of these preventative exams, like that's why it's called preventative. They want you to get it done, and best case scenario, everything's fine.
Right. And
Right.
if folks do have questions about their insurance, I encourage them to call our business office and
Sure.
work through those questions.
Well, you look at the back of your insurance card, and when I look at mine, it's like gibberish.
Right.
I kind of understand the plan that I signed my family up for, sort of deductible, out of pocket, max. Meh. So, but I would always rather have a conversation so
Right.
that you understand the process for someone. If we go back though, that is un or underinsured, that would need access to some of these funds that are available locally, what's their journey like? I mean, certainly it would start with getting the referral to have the colonoscopy from your primary care physician, correct?
Right.
Then you would talk with someone like Dr. Nad Carney.
Or Dr. Carlson.
Dr.
yes.
Carlson. I always forget about, no offense, Dr.
Yeah.
Carlson. Nad Carney, check me
You
out.
guys are BFFs.
We're real close. And Dr. Carlson's been on the show. He's a great guy. But so I imagine seeing if they are able to get some assistance, would that
Yes.
happen before they would meet with Dr. Nad Carney or Dr.
Well,
Carlson, or
once
after?
it's determined that they do need that screening,
Gotcha. Okay.
then they could talk to our patient access and get the ball rolling.
Sure. Right. I like the bowling puns this morning.
I missed
Very
it.
strong. Yeah.
I missed that one.
That's all right. And then as far as people that, the symptoms, if they're feeling like, for me, people always ask me, why'd you have a colonoscopy so young? I mean, I was 32 or 33. I always had a sensitive stomach, and I didn't know what that was associated with. Like, I didn't know if it was diet. It turns out it was probably more diet than anything. But when you're going through stuff like that, you kind of just want to run the gamut of testing, like have
Right.
everything done so that you can say with most certainty that it is not something as serious as like a colon cancer. So that's why I had it done. It was recommended that I get it done, and it was a relatively easy procedure. People said to me the prep for the colonoscopy is the worst part. It was not the worst part.
Yeah,
I mean-
and historically, the prep had been pretty significant for patients,
Sure.
but as healthcare has progressed, the prep has become more gentle, if you will, and easier
Yeah.
to accommodate in today's society.
Well, it's just one of those things. Like the thought is you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna have to live in the bathroom for a day, and it was not that bad. I've had stomach bugs, like that come through that make you feel worse than the preparation for something like that.
Right.
But the preparation is key, so that, and it's interesting the things that they tell you to avoid drinking, like that have the red dyes in them.
Right.
Because when they're looking with the camera, they don't want to mistakenly come across anything, right?
Right.
It's-
And one of the signs and symptoms is blood in your stool.
Right.
So anything red jello, anything like that could really inhibit you from getting accurate results.
Absolutely, and that's just it, right? I don't even think I had any polyps, that's what it would be called, right? Or anything like that. But what's incredible is if the technology, right? So when they're doing the colonoscopy, if they come across something, that tool, they're able to remove, right? Remove and collect whatever
Yep.
they see when they're taking care of you. And I know this is an uncomfortable conversation for people maybe to listen to, but the fact is 1 in 23 people are going to develop colon cancer.
Right.
It's a
And
big damn
over
deal.
half of the population that need to have a colonoscopy have not received it. So that's also a big statistic that we need to keep in mind. Technology is excellent because in addition to snipping those polyps, sending them for testing and biopsying them, they also take pictures.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can see what we're seeing from the clinical side.
Absolutely. And I'm just, again, here to tell you, I went through it and came out with no issues and was glad that I did. And I'll be back in 10 years, right? 45 years old to get it done. And I just don't have any fear associated with that.
Good.
Because I just
Good.
would rather be safe than sorry. That being said, if you're in that category of someone that is due for a colonoscopy, just get it taken care of, because the thing with colon cancer, like most cancers, needs to be, if God forbid there is colon cancer going on, you got to catch it early, right?
Right.
That's always the key, is early detection and then taking that course of treatment. Colon cancer, not in those places based on where you go, where it would be starting, it seems like that would be one that has to be caught as early as possible. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yes.
Right. So please keep that in mind. And that's why it can be such a challenge for folks. Keep that on the screen. That's perfect. So colon cancer, also known as colorectal cancer. I can't believe I can pronounce that.
Excellent.
It's
Very
a tough
good.
word to pronounce. Look at that. I don't know if I could spell it without seeing it. Some things to look for: change in bowel habits such as diarrhea, constipation. I know that these are words that people don't like hearing, but whatever. Narrowing of the stool that lasts for more than a few days. This is a serious thing, right? A feeling that you need to have a bowel movement that's not relieved, rectal bleeding, blood in the stool, cramping, weakness and fatigue, and unintended weight loss. If you feel like you've even had any of those symptoms, you know, you owe it to yourself to call your PCP, primary care physician, or your doctor, whatever you prefer, and have a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you need to take that next step to get that referral to see a doctor, Nat Carney or Dr. Carlson, that's where you go from there. It's important to have the care coordination that Unity Point offers. So it's easy for folks in Muscatine to go from that doctor in town
Right.
to then go, boom, you know, it might be you're going from Northport, depending on who you see. You're either going from Northport to Mulberry to the hospital,
Right.
or you're literally walking around the corner down a flight
Right.
of stairs to see Nat Carney and Dr. Carlson. They're both in the hospital. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, good deal. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like you have to travel far to figure
Right.
out what may or may not be going on.
Right, and the staff there really try to coordinate everything to make it as
Yep.
easy for patients as possible.
That's their job, right? I mean,
Yes, it is.
again, the best case scenario is you get it done. And maybe that's something that I haven't asked. So for folks that are 45 that go and get it done, when do they have to have another colonoscopy? How many years later is that?
It depends.
Okay.
So I can't give you a definitive answer on
no,
that.
this is good. All right. Go ahead.
Because it depends on what the findings show. It also
Okay.
depends on family history, and there's a lot of components that go into that. So your follow-up would be patient dependent.
Patient dependent. So hypothetically, someone like myself had it a couple years ago, was all clear, don't have a history of it in my family. I'm probably okay till
You're
I'm
good to go.
45.
Yeah.
Again, we're not going to say with certainty.
Right, unless
would-
other things were to happen.
Correct.
But at this
Yeah.
point, it would be good for you to follow up when you're
Right.
45.
Now, someone that has it, and is it like breast cancer that say, again, hypothetically, say someone had an immediate family member that developed colon cancer at, 46, should they go in, earlier than that to get theirs? You know how they say with breast cancer, if someone had it at this age, you should go 5 or 10 years before that.
Yeah.
Does that hold true with colon cancer?
There are guidelines with colon
Okay.
cancer. You would have to also assess your signs and symptoms
Gotcha.
and talk to your physician about that, and then they will guide you what you need to do.
Okay, that makes sense. And again, these are all just things that you're going to work through. And I really just think, like, for people, they have to just get over the fact that, I don't know why, like, the procedure itself, I'm here to tell you that I mean, my
You
experience.
live to talk about it.
Right. I mean, my experience was literally this. Went in to the hospital on Mulberry. Got told that I had shy veins, which is code
Oh, they
for-
look pretty good.
They look good now because I've lost 100 pounds. I had fat hands.
Um,
So I had hidden veins. This is all true, by the way. So they got the IV rolling after a couple attempts because I had the sausage hand. And then I got taken into a small room, and the anesthesiologist said, you'll feel maybe a warm sensation in your hand. I said to the anesthesiologist, I feel like I'm at Woodstock, and then I was out. That's true. I feel like I'm at Woodstock. Not that I was at Woodstock. I don't know what Woodstock would feel like, but that's what I said. Not here to
That's what you-
confess anything today, but that's what I said to the anesthesiologist. Which, by the way, if there's anybody that should ever write a book, and I don't know if they can because of the HIPAA laws, things that have been said to anesthesiologists would be a great coffee table book.
that
wouldn't it?
would be
It
an
would.
excellent one.
And you can have it all anonymous. I'd be willing to put my quote on there. I feel like I'm at Woodstock. And then the next thing I know, I'm coming back into the room. And my wife's in there. And there is a great video on YouTube where I'm recovering from the anesthesia and they pump your stomach. I don't know if you can play it. I think I may have swore a couple times. And there's also just very loud moments of the only thing in your body is air. Correct me if I'm wrong. World's greatest nurse, Linda Anders. The only thing in your body at that point is air that they're pumping through, or gas, whatever
I would
it
like
is.
to clarify, not
Yeah.
the world's greatest nurse.
Right. One
Just-
of Iowa's
just a
best.
nurse.
One of the best
One
nurses
of
in the state.
Iowa's 100 great nurses.
When I show people this video, they're like, I don't want to watch a video of you coming off anesthesia farting nonstop. And I'm
Yeah.
like, But I wanted my wife to record that because it's important for me to have people understand that this is something serious and it's something that they need to
And we appreciate
understand.
your willingness to do that because your willingness to make light of the situation,
Sure.
talk about it, potentially can help other people. Okay, if
Right.
Tony can do this,
Right.
so can I.
Right.
Well, I just hope that if anything, they understand that it is serious. And, you know, again, my experience was a positive one. There was nothing going on. There's a video of me coming off anesthesia. We're getting rid of. I mean, that's the side effect of having the
Yeah.
colonoscopy. This
Yes.
air's got to come out. I really don't think we should play it because they can't find it good. It's
Oh,
hidden.
shucks.
It's hidden in the YouTube universe. But I will. It's almost coming up on the anniversary of when I had that done. And I'll tell you this: I will share it on my personal Facebook tomorrow, ahead of the Get Your Rear Rolling event.
There you
Okay.
go.
But I will
Thank
not
you.
tell these guys where to find it because, and I don't want people to think like, because again, this is a very serious thing, and I hope that if you have not had a colonoscopy, that you'll get it taken care of, because we don't want you to be one in 23,
Right.
Correct.
right? We'd rather you just go in, you're all clear, and that's it. Same thing with like when
And move on.
Yeah, and move on. Just like when women have mammograms, you know, hopefully it's the best case scenario. A little bit of discomfort, you go in, you're fine, you move on. There's just things that we do to ensure that we can keep being here,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because until we figure out this cloning thing, or being able to take this face and put it on,
A
you know,
robot.
George Clooney's body or a robot. George Clooney, you know, robot would be fine too. Robotone, that'd be a little
Yeah.
scary. I don't know if the world's ready for that.
No.
That's how we get Terminators. We don't need Terminator tone. That would be a bad deal. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to do these routine things. You have to have an annual physical, and you have to pay attention to your body. We're all so darn busy
Right.
that we just sometimes let things go, and we got to stop doing that.
And most people under 50, colorectal cancer is misdiagnosed. So
okay.
it's just, I'm eating something that doesn't agree with me, or maybe it's just the coffee that I drink or something of that.
Sure.
So we, at times, just put a blanket covering over the real issue, and then it gets misdiagnosed.
That's
Right.
and that's what we don't want to have happen, right? So
Right.
we do events like Get Your Rear Rolling to create awareness, to have fun at the same time,
Yes.
and to have funds available for folks that need to get that colonoscopy done that may not be able to do it. It's all there on the screen. I love when you can do that. That's marvelous. Ryan, scroll down a little bit. It's this Saturday. I feel like when you told me that you were doing this, it was a couple months ago, and here we are.
I know, here we are.
Unbelievable.
And if you scroll down a little bit more, that's the URL where folks can go register.
Perfect. coloncancercoalition.org/Muscatine. Thanks to, of course, Unity Point Health. It's great to have Kent as a strike sponsor. Olson Family Dentistry, which is owned and operated by my coworker Nicole Duhmeyer's brother, Nate Olson.
And you know what?
Okay.
We have a lot more
Yeah.
that we added since this flyer was.
You do. You have
Yes.
a lot of good support for this event.
Yes.
Ryan, if you scroll, let's go back to the flyer, Chad, just for a second. I just want to show the order of events before we wrap. Starts with registration at 1:30. Perfect. Welcome and guest speakers. So there'll be a welcome. There'll be a survivor giving a little bit of a speech. Then Dr. Carlson will chat. Bowling promptly starts at 10 after 2.
And
Yep.
Linda's going to keep us on schedule because she's like this.
Yeah.
Are
Let me
you
tell
really?
you.
Yes.
She is.
Nice.
And in addition to that,
Yeah.
Kelly Kraft from Gilda's Club is also going to speak.
Good deal.
Yep.
Okay. Gilda's Club is a great organization. 3:30 awards handed out. Auction will close at 3:30, and then the event is done at 4. So this is a very like boom boom in and out kind of event, but it's a good one, and I'm glad that we that you're doing it, and then you're choosing it to do it indoors in the winter, right? We
Yeah,
have nothing
right.
to worry about.
Right.
Rose Bowl has a huge parking lot. I was there last Saturday. They're well equipped for this, and for people that just want to come down and bowl and have fun, whatever brings you to get your rear rolling, we'll appreciate it,
Yes.
right? No matter what you're there to do, even if you haven't bowled in a long time.
That's all right.
Yeah, please come and have fun. Like, I spent the majority of my life growing up with divorced parents. My dad took us bowling or to R-rated movies.
Oh.
So I've seen a lot of R-rated movies from like 86 to 90.
I'm sure your mother loved that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? Chicago cop. I mean, I'm just glad that, it's not that I don't like bowling. I just don't personally bowl, but I love hanging out at the Rose Bowl. Like I said, I
Yeah.
was there this past Saturday. My kids absolutely enjoy it. I also got awkwardly tall, and if you know anything about bowling, you have to be able to, like, bend a little bit, and I'm just this giant like walking stick bug that I
just kind of toss it down the lane?
I just throw it. I just shot put it down there. I'm glad, Linda, that you're going to keep us on time this Saturday. So if I mess around, just come up behind me and put me in a chokehold or body slam me. Whatever you need to do to keep me on time. You're the point person. Okay.
I would absolutely love to.
Make it a ladder match. It'll be a lot of fun. Get your rear rolling muscatine this Saturday at the Rose Bowl Bowling Alley.
Yeah.
Featuring yours truly as MC. Maybe guest bowler if you feel like your team needs a gutter ball, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to give out an award for most creative gutter ball.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's
that'd
not
be
on your
great.
list, but I might even
We
offer
can-
to buy someone a beer that could do the most creative gutter ball, if that's okay with
Linda.
y'all.
Yeah.
With Linda.
Yeah, it'll be
As
okay.
long as they, do
Don't
a
hurt
frog
themselves.
splash or something
Okay.
while they're doing it.
Good. I like this. All right.
You guys
good
are
deal.
talking in code. Okay.
A little bit of code. Little bit of code. All right. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
I'll see you
Tony.
on Saturday. This is going to be
Excellent.
fun.
Yes.
Go to the website. Please get signed up. You still have time.
Yes.
That area code 952. I feel like I just had a missed call, and I'm not kidding. 952. Where is it at? Someone was calling me. 954. That's weird.
Oh.
As we were doing the show, I had a call from 954, which is apparently Fort Lauderdale. I can't even talk. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So maybe somebody's watching from Fort Lauderdale. Go to the website, get signed up. You can register day of, but they would love if you can do it in advance. Look at how easy it is. Some great sponsors on there as well. You can see it. It's going to be fun. This is it. You just got to show up this Saturday, the 19th, at the Rose Bowl Bowling Alley.
80s theme.
80s themed.
Yes.
Yes. So think about some
Yeah.
things that were popular in the 80s, movies, TV shows. Maybe I'll dress like Macho Man Randy Savage. We'll see. We can put a whole thing together, right?
That would be excellent.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
would
just
love
be
that.
Snapping into a Slim Jim, brother. All day.
Oh,
Right, Ryan?
yeah.
Right? I could do that. Just tie some stuff around these
He
pythons.
does not seem impressed.
Yeah, well, it's Ryan. You gotta know Ryan. He's not. All right, thank you both for being here. See you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Here
See
we
you.
go. Get your rear rolling. Get signed up. We're gonna have fun. Join us this Saturday. Let's do it. All right, CBI Bank and Trust Isle Cam, which is in the bakery again. This feels real personal, talking about sweets with somebody that's still kind of on a diet. Very much so on a diet. Look at that. We got some whipped icing, some tie-dye cakes. Oh, doesn't that look good? Is it angel food? Is it a whipped angel food cake? Oh my gosh. That almost fits the get your rear rolling. It almost looks like an 80s cake. Marvelous. All right. This is good. I do think I want to go to the cart cam while we let our next guest get situated here. Today, now I don't really have any real direction for you, Betsy. I'm sorry. You're disappointed in my lack of creativity. Today is National, check this out though, National Get to Know Your Customers Day. Hello, customers. It's like we're on the Today Show. There's hundreds of people behind the camera. You can't see them, but they're there. Get to know your customers. And if there's any place that appreciates their customers and gets to know them and knows their first names and knows their family, it's Hy-Vee. We know our customers and we appreciate them very much. It's also, oh, here we go. This is going to be a challenge for you, Betsy. It's also National Hot Buttered Rum Day. So I would like you to take the Toyota Muscatine cart cam to Wine and Spirits, leave the cart cam just outside Wine and Spirits so we don't lose the connection, and see if you can, like supermarket sweeps, go into Wine and Spirits, ask Kayleen if she's got any hot buttered rum. Are you ready? Here we go. Supermarket sweeps with Betsy, looking for some hot buttered rum. I don't even know if it's a thing. It's also National Bootleggers Day, so if you're making booze in your basement, stop it immediately. You're going to blow up your house. You shouldn't be bootlegging booze anymore. You don't have to bootleg booze anymore. It doesn't need to be done. But for people that are making their own beer, God bless. All right, so here we go. Cart cam in action. Very slow-moving cart cam for a place that's far away in the store. There we go. They're picking up the pace. There we go. They kicked it into third gear. I don't know how to drive stick. Is that a thing? Third gear? Is that something? I never learned how to drive stick. It's embarrassing. Is it embarrassing? There's not a lot of cars that require stick shift anymore. Although when I was a valet in high school, I had to turn down the opportunity to drive a brand new Corvette because I couldn't drive stick. Very disappointing. All right, look at Betsy. This is a high rate of speed. We're seeing the Toyota Muscatine car cam. She can also hear me, which is very efficient. She's heading towards Wine and Spirits. We're going to see if she can locate any hot buttered rum, and then we'll come back and talk to Randy Beimer. There's Lori Hardman. All right, there's the entrance to Wine and Spirits. We're looking right at it. We're going to see Betsy whip past the camera in just a second. Some great deals on Miller Lite and Coors Light. There she goes. Good luck, Betsy. We hope that you can locate some hot buttered rum. That would be nice on a cold winter day, right? Some type of warm liqueur would be refreshing. Will she have success? I don't know, guys. Pressure's on Betsy here. Because what they're going to do, they're going to say, well, we've got regular flavored rum. I bet this is something that we're going to have. That Wine and Spirits is massive, right? A lot of good options available there. And please consider stocking up that beer fridge. And if anybody out there, let me just put this out there, even though my wife would probably contest this. If anybody has like an old refrigerator that you're looking to sell, I wouldn't mind a full-size refrigerator for my garage. I don't know if I need to check out Facebook or Craigslist, but this is something. I've got like an older dorm-size refrigerator that I use for my beer fridge. But if you're watching this and you've got an older refrigerator and you're like, I would love to get rid of this for less than $100, reach out to hyveetoday@gmail.com. I'll buy your fridge, and then I'll fill it with deliciousness. We're looking at Betsy. I know we don't see her right now. We see a bunch of beer guys doing what they do best, standing around and talking. Check that out. Look at that. They're trying to solve all the world's problems. There's Alex Armstrong. We got him. Boom. I kid. The beer guys are marvelous. They keep this place stocked up. All right. And what's the survey going to say? She's saying no, maybe? Gesturing towards the health market. Is there a healthy hot buttered rum in the health market? Not quite sure. We're going on a little adventure with our very own Betsy. Let's see here. There's Holly getting a gallon of milk. Nice. I love when we see the guests that have been on the show shopping in the store. That's what we need all of our guests to do. Get off being on the show. Go spend a couple bucks. All right. I don't know where Betsy's going. She's showing us that you could win a brand new washer from Samsung, purchasing some Tide products. That's good. Okay, well, we'll see what she comes up with. Betsy, I know you can hear me. You find something that works, bring it on back. Worst case, we're getting some good mileage on the Toyota Muscatine car cam. All right, let's get to our next guest, who is here making his first appearance, debut appearance. Hy-Vee today, Randy Beimer, Human Resources Manager here at Hy-Vee. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Offices are across the hall. Hasn't been on the show. Almost took a year to make it happen, but you're here.
Yes.
How do you feel?
They wouldn't put any makeup on me before the show.
Ryan!
I told them I probably need it.
Ryan,
They're
what's the
probably
deal?
getting a glare up there, aren't they?
We got the powder room, and he didn't get anything on him. Come on. Randy Beimer, your background, how many years have you been with Hy-Vee, and then how many specifically in Muscatine?
I've been in Muscatine. It'll be 10 years, February 1st.
Whoa.
I've been with Hy-Vee 46 years.
Oh, my God. When did you start? When you were 2?
40 years full-time. So started 16 years old, sat in groceries in high school, started out.
Wow, I didn't know that you started when you were 16. That is
Yes.
unbelievable. So has this been your only job, Hy-Vee?
Yes, basically. It's been my only job.
How many people can say that they've had like one job their whole life? Not that many. That's incredible. Jeez Louise. So no wonder when it comes to getting people started, especially folks like you just had, how many people just started as courtesy or grocery Zackers?
Just this week we have 8 new Zackers.
8 new
just
people
this week.
starting. And one of the things that you do that people may not know is when you get people hired, you're down there showing them how to bag groceries the correct way.
Yes.
And it makes sense now because you started doing that as your first job.
That's correct.
So you know what you're talking about.
I think I do anyway.
I think you do a great
do.
job. I just didn't realize that was something that you did first and foremost. God, that's fantastic. So, all right. So 10 years coming up at Muscatine. You and I both know this is a great community. I've only been here 6 years. The ways that you've been able to be involved in Muscatine, you are connected to so many different organizations. You volunteer a lot. And I imagine what's so great about that is Hy-Vee is so pro getting people involved. They want their people that work for the store
we
to
want to be
out.
involved. We want to give back.
Right. So some of the organizations that you're proud to be associated with, who would you say?
Well, I am I'm with the Muscatine Chamber, and I'm currently a chamber ambassador.
Awesome. Okay.
We help to promote the chamber events,
Sure.
and we help to support the chamber
Yep.
and be the presence at their activities and
Yep.
events. I'm a board member with the Muscatine Diabetes Project, and I have been involved with them started out with JDRF and
Yeah.
now Muscatine Diabetes Project for years, been involved with them. And we have the annual Muscatine Diabetes Walk at Discovery Park the first Friday in May every year.
That'll be here really soon, won't it? And that's an event
that's coming up soon.
Grown, right?
Yes.
Holy
yes. It's a
moly.
very good event.
Yeah.
Raises funds for research,
Yeah.
for diabetes research. And I am a former 6-year board member of MCSA, the homeless shelter.
Right.
And so I currently serve as a volunteer for
Awesome.
MCSA,
Yeah.
and I help with the building committee to help not necessarily do any maintenance or anything,
Sure.
but help decide what we need to do for maintenance and improvement.
Yep.
And
And MCSA, of
everything.
course, a couple of years ago put in a brand new kitchen in their lower level.
Yes.
That's a place
Yes.
that continues to need to grow because they keep serving more and more folks.
yes, and that
Right.
was, and we only accomplished that through donations from the community.
Right.
It was 100% paid for by donations
Isn't that unbelievable?
from the community, and it was a great project.
We're looking at some pictures from some different volunteer groups hanging out at MCSA, feeding people. There's some of the fine folks that work for MCSA, including some of the domestic violence shelter staff. There's so many different organizations that you can get involved with. Scott Dahlke with MCSA. We always talk about being able to get out and about and help people. That's one of the things that I love about working for Hy-Vee is, just this past Tuesday, I ran down to the Salvation Army for the advisory board meeting, and Jim Simmons, our store director, says, go do it, right? He wants, if we can be involved, and it's not just Jim here in Muscatine, it's everywhere, and you can speak to that from the different locations
That's
that
right.
you've been in, right? It's
That's
the same.
correct.
It's not like just, I don't know, it's nice to have a company, because Hy-Vee is a big company, but it doesn't feel like that, because they're so a part of the communities that they serve, right?
And it's nice that we can make those decisions at store level too.
Yes.
What we want to be involved in our own community.
Absolutely. Like
So-
donating $25,000 to the Y along with Hy-Vee Main Street to be able to have that Kids Adventure Center, which is such a cool space. My kids are there several times a week, and it's so nice to see the Hy-Vee sign on the wall. It makes me feel really good and proud of what I'm, where I'm able to work. So yeah, I just can't believe you've been able to have almost one job your whole working life. That is so
Well,
great.
I've had a lot of different jobs with Hy-Vee.
Right.
Currently,
this is true.
but with Hy-Vee, of course, all those times, yes.
Yeah.
Hy-Vee's been very good to me.
Wow, it's so exciting.
Currently, I came here as perishables manager,
Okay, I didn't know that.
and I've been in the human resources role since 2012.
Okay, so
at this store.
7 years, just about 7 years as human resources. So when it comes to the primary functions, you said 8 young people starting this week that have gone through training, so now they know how to bag groceries, and it's such an important part of what we do here, certainly, to make sure that people spend an hour or so shopping, that the product that they're going to pay for gets packaged properly so
Yes.
that it can go home with them. It's really a big deal. We don't want to have anything happen. So those 8 people are going to start when? Next couple of days?
They've already started this
Look at
week,
that.
and
So-
they'll all have started by the end of the week.
That is so exciting. So
So-
just like that, help was needed. You got them hired. Well, they went through the training, and now they're going to be able to contribute. That's got to be fun for you to be able to see the young people that can come in, and whether they're in high school or no matter what age, but that's got to be such a rewarding thing for you to have them go through this training and then see them in a couple of weeks or a couple months and know that they're doing a good job.
It is. I'd like to say over the years, I love seeing kids grow
Yeah.
in their
Right.
job, grow in their work experience.
Yeah, and the fact that they understand when you talk about that level of customer service at Hy-Vee, like that's just it. Like you got to deliver that every single day, every single time,
Yes.
no matter what.
There's so many times over the years in my whole career, I just don't know how many times I've had former employees come to me that they're in another job now. They're working
Right.
somewhere else. They might be an attorney. They might be a doctor.
Sure.
And they say, Hy-Vee was the greatest job for me. It was the best experience, or it was the best first job.
Yeah,
You know.
it teaches people so much for sure. And what's also nice, again, for that young person, I couldn't really think of a better place to have that first job.
I
you know?
can't either.
My first job was selling Christmas trees. That was a tough first job. Then I landscaped, which was also very tough, right? And it's not to say that working at Hy-Vee isn't tough. It certainly is, especially when it gets busy in here. There's always something to do, and no day is the same. But I would have loved to had an opportunity because you're around like-minded individuals, right? And even if you're working side by side with someone that just started a couple of months or a year before, you can learn so quickly, and everybody's very welcoming. So I'm excited to meet these 8 new faces, and just know that we appreciate what they're doing. Now, for people that are curious, because the question that I always get asked a lot, I probably get asked once a week maybe, if there's any openings at the store. You would tell people that are looking for a job, whether it be part-time or full-time with Hy-Vee, to go to our website, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Go to Hy-Vee.com, select careers,
Right.
and then select Muscatine Hy-Vee and fill out an application. They can call me on the phone also.
Sure.
Always have to do that application process, of course.
Right.
But no, they're welcome to call me on the phone, stop in the store, ask for me, visit with me.
And I'll say this,
So-
in the year that I've been here, there have been some opportunities where we've needed folks full-time in places like the bakery and different spots of the store. So here we go. We're on the Hy-Vee website, Ryan. So at the top, we'll walk people through this, Randy. So they click on careers, like you said.
Correct.
Ryan, go to the store, and you can click on that, and you can scroll down to Muscatine. Sometimes I'll cheat, and I'll type in the M to get there a little quicker. This is good, though. Look at how many Hy-Vees there are in all different places. So we're going to go Muscatine, 2400 2nd Avenue. Perfect. And then click search. And Randy, what this is going to do is it's going to have quite a bit of things on there, but we leave a lot of these postings on there because the most important part for you is to get that online application filled out so that they're in the system.
That's correct.
There
That's
is no
correct.
more paper application.
That's correct.
So when people come to the store and they're like, I want to apply, you have to tell them, well, you can jump on the website. And if they were interested in any position, they could fill out one of those openings, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And, they can be hired for any position also, regardless of what they click on to apply for.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Ryan, let's go back to the website. Let's click on, let me see what I have for options. Let's go wine and spirits clerk part-time at the bottom if we could. So click on that. Just click on that, the highlighted part of it. Yeah, apply now. Perfect. And then you're going to be asked to create an account, right?
Correct.
So you create the
Correct.
account, you get everything filled out. It does not take that long. And then that's where you get the information and you start making phone calls.
That's
right?
correct.
And the
That's
next
correct.
the next step would be to have them come in for an interview. And then if things progress from there, like most places in 2019, drug screening, and then maybe you're hired and you get started. And the training is always there though, right? No matter what they're going to be doing. Certainly the young people that are starting up front with the sack and groceries, that training is super important. But if they go to a different department, that's where that department manager would, show them
That's correct.
what they're going
That's
to do.
correct.
If it's in the meat department or if it's at wine and spirits or Asian or Italian, and they'll get to learn what their role will be. But there will be training no matter where they land.
That's correct. That's
We're not
correct.
just going to start you off and, how about a fun job right there? Is that Riley?
Yes.
Yeah. So getting to give out ice cream samples. You know who would be good at that? Me. Be really good at that because I would have willpower and I wouldn't eat all the samples, right? I wouldn't do that.
We know you would have willpower, yes.
I would try my
Yes.
best to have willpower. Navigating benefits and insurance, that's got to be something where for you there's a lot of continuous education.
It
right?
is.
It's changed
It's-
so much over the years.
It is. It is a big part of the job
Sure.
also. The insurance benefit,
Yeah.
and coordinating the other benefits to the full-time employees and part-time employees.
Right.
So
It can
is.
be tough to. We were talking about that before you came on, just with when you look at the insurance card and understanding deductibles. And for you, you get those questions all the time, especially during that open enrollment when people are, signing back up for insurance, whether it be for the 20th time or the first time. The variety of questions that you get.
Yes, I mean, we have a very good support team at our corporate
Absolutely.
office as well.
Absolutely.
So if it's something I don't have the answer for right away, I can generally email them, and they're getting right back to me.
Yeah.
With the answer that I have for the employee right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to have
So-
that support. When you're not here, when you're not busy volunteering and on these different boards, one of the things that I know you enjoy is photography.
Yes.
So when you get to come on this show, you can see all these fun cameras around here. Any favorite spots in the winter? Do you get out and take pictures during the winter? Will you wait for spring? We've certainly got this beautiful Mississippi River.
I do
Anything
love
you like
winter.
to
I do
shoot?
love winter photography
Sure.
when there's a lot of snow clinging
Yeah.
to the trees and everything,
Right.
of course, and a nice blue sky. I love travel and the national parks.
Yeah.
I do doing photography in the national parks around the country.
And you're
as
the kind
well.
of person that appreciates a high quality, good looking image. Right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you would tell me that I'm not going to be able to capture things as well on this device.
Yeah, they say those phones have cameras. I've heard that.
He gives me the business a couple of times. And I try, I don't know if I'm ever, I mean, you look at these cameras that Ryan and Chad have, and I don't even, it's a Canon something or another. I don't know what they are. You know what all this stuff is, though, right?
Yes.
You can appreciate it. I look at it, and it's Greek to me, if you'll have it, right? But I know that when I see pictures that, like, Ryan takes, and I've seen the stuff that you take pictures of, specifically, Ryan, if you go to the Muscatine Project Diabetes Facebook page, there's all the pictures from the walk you take, majority
Yes,
of, including going up in that lift. All those aerial shots are so great. You go up there and you don't have a fear of heights, apparently, right?
Oh no.
See if you can find any of these, Ryan. See if you can find any of these aerial shots from the walk, because look, there's several right there. Perfect.
Wow.
You're way up there, Randy
Wow.
Beimer. You are the one volunteer that goes, you know what? Look at that. So many people
It's
turn out
fun.
for this event.
It's fun to show such a big turnout like that.
Let the record state, several years ago, I joined Randy Beimer on that lift up in the air.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
That's right.
And it wasn't that breezy. I think I may have a fear of heights, guys, because Betsy just rolled her eyes. Now, we were secure when we were up there, but yeah, this is such a great event. This will be coming up. I believe it's Friday, May 3rd this year.
That's correct.
And you have every intention
Friday
of being there again.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Such a fun one. All right, Randy Beimer, he is the Human Resources Manager here at Hy-Vee. If you're watching this and you're thinking, boy, that Hy-Vee seems like a good company to work for, that's just the consensus. We know that we have people here that have been in this store for years, 30, 40 plus years, and it's no wonder that they don't leave. Hy-Vee takes great care of them. There's some people who got like 7 weeks vacation. I don't even know what I would do with that, right? Terry Truitt, we love Terry Truitt. She runs the gas station. She's taken 2 vacations already, Randy. It's January. She's taken 2 vacations already. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to take my 2 weeks off. I've never had a job where I've had to like schedule a vacation. My wife and I keep having a conversation. It almost gives me anxiety. I'm like, we got to figure out what we're going to use for this vacation. And my wife's like, I don't know. It's almost like foreign. Like she's like, I don't know what you mean. And I'm like, well, I have to use this time off. And look, Randy Beimer in action. Boom, we found him. It's a good shot.
What
Randy,
a great photo,
Jim
huh?
Simmons, Nora Dwyer, Nancy Dew. It's rare that I could name every person that's in a picture, but that is from one of the past diabetes walks. So, yeah, I got to figure out when I'm going to take my vacation. Maybe when I take those 2 weeks off, you could guest host this show.
Okay, I will do that.
Look at that.
I will do that.
Put him on the hook, everybody. Put him on the spot, and he's agreeing to do it. More Randy Beimer action shots. Who's taking the Randy Beimer action shots? That could be a whole coffee table book. Delmer would love to buy that. The Randy Beimer action shots coffee table book. Right? Why are you holding a spoon? What are you doing with that slotted spoon? You gonna teach me a lesson? Working. Look at this. What are you making with that? Salads. Okay. Could you look at that camera and give us a what's for? There you. Oh yeah, you're really camera shy. Yeah. This guy. Speaking of people with 800 weeks of vacation, Randy. This guy. Right?
Yes, yes.
He's always on vacation. That's all he needs. We can make that happen. Yeah. Not a problem. Delmer Coolers, everybody. All right, Randy Beimer, thank you for coming on the show. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
your time.
Tony. Thank
Everything
you.
that this guy does, it's incredible to see how much of this place rallies around each other. We had a very busy day yesterday, a lot of all hands on deck moment. in addition to doing your daily tasks, you shop some online orders, then you train people to become new Hy-Vee employees. Every day is different here, right?
Yes.
No
yes.
day is the same. And I don't know if we could ever say that we're bored at Hy-Vee, right?
That's correct.
It never
That's
happens.
correct.
All right, we'll let Randy get back to work. Let's go. CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, which again is in the bakery because they're trying to hurt my feelings, showing off some angel food whip topping cakes. Look at how good those look. Oh my goodness. You people hurting my feeling. I tell you what. All right. Hey, Ryan Broderson, I wasn't going to talk about this, but let's go to my personal Facebook page and look for the second post from today with pictures of that vehicle. That's something that I'll mention since that happened a year ago today. I want to say thanks to Holly Thomas Kaler and Linda Anders with Unity Point Health. Get your rear rolling. Get your rear rolling this Saturday. Get signed up. Help out. Raise money. Colon Cancer Coalition. Colon cancer will affect 1 in 23 people, including some folks that you probably know. Bless you, Ryan Broderson. He just sneezed. We got to say God bless you to that man. Thanks also to Randy Beimer. 1 year ago today, you got this pulled up? Okay, 1 year ago today, that was my vehicle. I had dropped my son off to school, and I got on the bypass, and I was cruising to work. I like that in that picture, there's a Tantera transportation truck behind the vehicle. Do you see that? Look at that. I didn't even realize that until looking at that. So I had got on the bypass, and I was making my way to work here at Hy-Vee, January 17th, 2018. And I was approaching the intersection of Mulberry and Highway 61. And I had the green light. I was doing about 55 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. And it was one of those moments where you've probably had this happen at that intersection. A car makes that left turn, like they were coming off of 61 onto Mulberry. And then what happened, unfortunately for me, there was a 14-year-old driver that tried to make the left turn as well, and I was already across the center lane, and at 55 miles an hour, that van that I was driving struck this young driver, and I still feel bad for the 14-year-old. Nobody wants to be in an accident, no matter what age you are, but to be a young person with a school permit, right? So that was a year ago. And I still drive through that intersection, and I don't feel good. If I'm being honest with you, I avoid that intersection because that accident was intense. The collision caused my vehicle to spin a couple times and then land in the middle of Highway 61. At 7:50 in the morning, there's a lot of traffic. But here's what happened. Off-duty police officer witnessed the accident, called it in. Jason Williams and Officer Danielle Raisbeck were the responding officers on the scene, whom I knew. And then Midtown Towing had my vehicle off the road and cleaned up so quickly. So that was intense. Had to have knee surgery if you watch this show, right? That was the car accident that caused me to have knee surgery back in May. And happy to say that is all behind me now. But it happened a year ago today. And when I saw that on Facebook this morning, it's crazy to think how quickly time goes by. And the lesson, of course, is always wear your seat belt, right? Wear that seat belt, even if it's just for a quick drive. They say that most accidents happen within 2 miles of the home. That accident for me was a little bit further than 2 miles, but certainly not that many. So please keep that seatbelt on and pay attention as you traverse, because I would hate for any of y'all to be in an accident. Now, the thing is, when you get into a car accident at that intersection, you hear about so many other people that have had accidents at that intersection. So, yeah. And not only did that happen to me, like a month or two after that, I had another close call where somebody made that quick turn, and I was like, no, please don't do that. All right, a couple things to mention, and we'll get out of here. Of course, tomorrow, Friday, we're really excited for this massive tenderloin sale. There's an added wrinkle to this. Don't forget the grilled tenderloins. I know. Kim Beckman saying, I was just going there. 1,500 tenderloins. Oh, my gosh. It's the most delicious sale of the year. The world-famous hand-breaded tenderloins, and also for the folks that might be enjoying like a keto diet, grilled tenderloins, an option available for you as well. Kim, grilled ones, $1.99 as well? Yes, there you go. Grilled tenderloin, $1.99. Ooh, and fresh vegetables for the sides. You know how much I want mac and cheese? I love mac and cheese. I haven't had it in a while. Just give me a bowl of mac and cheese and put a tenderloin on top of it. Muscatine mac and cheese, everybody. We bake it in Busch Light. So we've got I'm just kidding about the Bush Light. Hand-breaded tenderloins, they're world famous. They're so good. $1.99. That's on the back page of the Voice Muscatine newspaper. Grilled tenderloins, also an option. This starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So as we're doing the show tomorrow on Friday, we will have, as a matter of fact, I would just like the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam to be pointing at the kitchen all day, all show tomorrow. And perhaps we'll even bring a sandwich for the sake of science. We'll sample a sandwich on the show. We'll have Ryan Broderson sample a sandwich for the sake of science on the show. 8 to 8 tomorrow, $1.99. Add some sides. It's a great deal. You can't beat it. We're ready. I mean, you just heard Kim say they've got like 1,500, and they've been hand breading these, so they're going to be ready to go. Throw them in the fryer. Throw the grilled ones on the grill. You can't beat it. It's going to be just absolutely fantastic. Tonight is Thursday. You know what that means? Thursday night steak dinner. If you don't want to do the cooking tonight, starting at 4 o'clock, Betsy, you don't have to do the cooking. Becky, Brenda, Berlin, Ben, you don't have to do the cooking tonight. You could have a flat iron steak. 8 ounces, $8. 12 ounces, $12. Mashed potatoes, loaded mashed potatoes, your choice of vegetable. Carry in, dine in here, whatever you need to do. If you bought dinner for two, if Ryan was going to buy dinner for the crew, he could afford it. We could all afford this. This is great. Dinner for two, under $25. If you're doing the 12 ounce, is there a better thing to have leftovers of than steak? I don't think so. So that's tonight, 4 till 7, right here at Hy-Vee. I think the last things I want to mention today are the wine dinner and special. What are we at for time? Oh, this has been a full show, everybody. So coming up February 9th in the Market Grill Express here at Hy-Vee, along with the Muscatine Community YMCA, it's their annual Wine and Dine fundraiser featuring Hy-Vee chef Brian Scott. It's a 5-course meal with some wine pairings. This is a fundraiser that helps out the Muscatine Community Y and their youth and teen programming. Tickets are $50, but if you think about it, 5 courses with wine pairings. More than worth it. And call her at the Y, 563-263-9996. Get your tickets and don't miss out on a good time had by all. 5-course meal, wine, live music, silent auction, raffles, and Ryan Broderson juggling fire. All in the same night, everybody. And then on February 12th, one of my favorite events that happens each and every year, it's Muscatine Special Olympics basketball taking on Muscatine Fire and Police Departments. This event has moved locations. It will now be held inside Muscatine High School, a bigger venue. Please come out and support our Special Olympic athletes as they look to defeat the firefighters and police officers. I will be refereeing this game, calling fouls and technical fouls and ejecting players from the fire department and police department only. A lot of traveling. Fire department, I got to work on this free. Looking for some donations if you want to. Raffle items, T-shirts, baked goods for sale. Big fundraiser for Special Olympics. The basketball team practices. They've actually got their tournament this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So this is really exciting. We look forward to that. February 12th will be here sooner than you realize. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Jim Simmons, yours truly, refereeing once again. Looking forward to a good time. All right. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Thank you to Holly Thomas Kaler and Linda Anders. Get your rear rolling Saturday right here. 1 in 23 will develop colon cancer. You can still get signed up. Go to the website, coloncancercoalition.org/Muscatine. Register your team. We're going to have some fun, and I'll be there as MC. Watch me throw this paper in the garbage. Nailed it. Made it. Every time I throw my paper and I make it into the garbage can. It's awesome. What was that? Is it snowing in the store again? Wow. Wow. Apparently, all right, did Ryan make his? All right, let me attempt this one more time, and we're going to make it into the basket. Maybe we'll show everybody where this is going. We're going to follow the paper. So there's a garbage can over there. We always try and throw our papers in. Here we go. Get it in there. Made it. Made it. 2 for 2 this morning. All right. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. We appreciate your time. Come to this store should you find yourself needing anything. You know, I said that I bought a 50-pound bag of salt yesterday. That's something that we've got. So if it does snow a little bit, which it's going to Friday night, anywhere between 1 and 100 inches of snow, and you can trust me because I am not a meteorologist, we're here for you. And if you just feel like stocking up on bacon, we've got to have some kind of bacon sale going on. I bagged groceries for 3 hours yesterday, and everybody was buying bacon. Copious amounts of bacon. a myriad of bacon. You know how hungry I am for bacon right now? Whew, fantastic. All right, tomorrow, Friday, live at 8:30, tenderloins, $1.99, hand-breaded or grilled. Don't miss out on that. And we'll have ourselves a good time. David Casas watching on Facebook this morning, and Judy Yates. So 2 people that we mentioned Judy earlier in the show. Alex Armstrong also on the show earlier. Didn't even know it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for everything. Thanks to Muscatine and team staffing. We'll see you on Friday at 8:30 or weeknights on Muscatine Power and Water. What time are we on? I forgot. 7:30 and 10:30. I spaced out for a second. I need to... Oh! Hurt my feeling. All right, friends. That's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day or a good evening. Because you could be watching this when you should be sleeping.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. Tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton
Yeah,
this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments,